The world's media descended on Hawick on Monday as family, friends and fans of Bill McLaren gathered to pay their respects and to say their final farewells. Rugby may have lost its legendary voice, but his memory will live on in the hearts and minds of all who knew him, loved him, or enjoyed his knowledgeable commentary, his witty asides, the sheer delight that exuded from every word. For the benefit of those who could not make it inside the church, the service was relayed outside. During the service, Bill's grandson, Gregor Lawson, provided a personal insight.
I'm eating a pistachio nut, he once cracked a tooth, at which point Lindsay suggested the next time he takes the shell off. On the topic of teeth, he had a ferociously sweet tooth. Macaroon, tablet, white balls, Nuttles, Mintos, you name it, if it had sugar in it, he loved it. Even last week, his sweet tooth showed no signs of letting up. When I was in hospital, I went to go and get him a coffee and there's no one around, so I started to make it myself. And after a while, Peter, one of the nurses, came over and asked if he could give me a hand and said, well, do you know how many sugars he takes in it? I said 1 or 2, and Peter goes, 3. Eat tablespoons.
Bill's coffin was borne from the church in the way it was carried in by 6 players from Hawick Rugby Club. The crowds were not limited to outside the church. They were lined all the way up the street, round the sandbed, and all along the high street. We caught up with a few of them as they told us of their personal experiences with the voice of rugby.
I think everything was good. I mean, even if it was on the radio and you're watching the television, you used to put the sound off on the television and listen to his commentary because it was that good. That is perfect. He did just say anything to his, he phoned across and wanted a couple of sweaters to take to Japan to the Sevens, because the Scotsman that was the manager of the hotel. And he says, can you bring them over? I says, I ain't bother. So I seen him there and he says, you having a gurgle? I says, it's a bit early in the day for that, Bill. He says, well, come in on the way, you'll get some of Bet's Millionaire shortbread. And then when I was leaving, he says, I've only in hit a whiskey, Brian. I says, what's that? He says, didn't tell anybody, by golly, you see me with my own truck suit on. So that's my fondest memory, really.
I mean, my memories of Billy used to teach us up the park at Walton Park. Always just a superman, always. And I mean, it was never a game of rugby without Bill McLaren. Well, I knew him when I was young because he used to be a reporter for the Hawick Express, and I used to deliver the paper from the Hawick Express office to the local newsagents. And of course I knew him very well in the town. Oh, he was a great commentator. Rugby's not the same now on television. He was completely unbiased and he was very, very good.
My first memory of Bill was actually being taken to Berwickshire High School with my dad, because Bill was coming down to do a talk about rugby. At that time, Berwickshire High School had just changed from rugby, from football to rugby, and a lot of the parents weren't too happy. So our teacher, PE teacher, asked if Bill McLaren could go down and have a word with the teachers in kind of open forum, and explain the benefits of the game of rugby as far as discipline and teams, etc. were concerned. And my father, being a white man, knew Bill, so when we arrived there, of course, my father was talking to Bill and introduced me to him. And from that time, I've been a great admirer of Bill, and I've followed him all the time and listened to all his commentators on the television. I mean, Bill was a man of the people, a brilliant chap. To be honest, Bill was a man who, in life, we all loved, and his memory will certainly cherish.